All right, Coach. U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And, Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford is a big-arm guy who's learned how to temper some of his throws. Actually has added a lot more touch and accuracy as his career has gone along. Big-time confidence in his arm, though. Any throw you want, he can make it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Squeeze, double.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field, and when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Set, 180. You can't block.
On 2nd down, Johnson. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
No chance.
Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
Harrison Smith is a player I love to watch. Whether he's ranging deep as a free safety or near the line of scrimmage where he makes more plays, keep your eyes on him.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
And now out comes Minnesota. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
180. Double tight. We got three, fellas. We got three.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Open man here is Conklin. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big completion there on 3rd and short. Keeps their opening drive alive.
Not only alive, but plenty of possibilities now. 1st and goal, and you know me, I'm a big advocate. If you're going to throw the ball, throw it early in the down and distance count.
They'll run with Cook. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They try again with Cook. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Well, they got the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Baby, let's go. Let's go.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
280. Mike's 59. Watch the slant.
On 2nd and 12, Stafford, he completes it to Jones. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And that's complete to Jesse James. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Set. 20. 54. Oh, yeah. And here we go.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
From the 17, Stafford, and it's caught, and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down. They come up in an offset eye.
Check. Watch 54. Let's put him on. Let's put that team on the bus.
Stafford. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Extra point good by Prater, and we are tied at 7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, here's Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A toss to Cook. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
They run again on 1st down, Cook. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, Christian Jones, there to make the stop. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The 2nd down play, not much better than the 1st, just a gain of 1 there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Bailey's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Get ready.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 26. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing to Stanford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
I can't believe they even...
Out of the gun, Stafford. It's caught, Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Already, he's top 50 receiving yards in this first quarter. And he's got a 1st down. (10-7) our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. Stafford now to throw. Caught by Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's now 10 of 10 throwing the ball here to start the game. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down now, it's Johnson, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, I'm coming.
Back to throw, Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 28.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
I'm going to run you over.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short, no gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. Now Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
Get him, boy.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the pass.
Now Cousins. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And he'll be taken down all the way inside Detroit's 20.
Let's go, fellas.
It's a big one there for the Vikings. 43 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. on 2nd and 13. Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
They come out here in the eye.
Two times. Hey, 4 down.
They go play action here on 1st down. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
Well, that was point-counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's got it. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This fielded at the 2. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 27. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Set! 280! Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey, Mike.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 15 yards for the Lions there and a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Tight down. There you go.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. From just shy of midfield, Stafford, he'll get this one to Galladay. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. This complete to Jones. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. To the right and complete to Galladay. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Stafford now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Right there, 54. Right there. 54.
Johnson on the counter. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 16-yard touchdown run. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Prater on to add the extra point. And this one through the uprights and good. So that drive goes 8 plays and was polished off by the touchdown run from the 16-yard line. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Cousins to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. And that right there, his first incompletion of the game, pretty remarkable.
So let's start talking about all-time records, because with that incompletion, maybe over a 2-game sequence, or maybe he starts a new streak now, because Ryan Tannehill, over 2 games, hit 25 straight. Now, the incompletion, we're taking this record out of play. But Mark Brunell, when he was with Washington, 22 straight completions to start a game. This guy's on fire.
6 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, Cousins looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Back out is Matthew Stafford in the Lions offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Defense wins championships, baby.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Good job.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Danielle Hunter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. They'll run it with Johnson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, on is the punter, Colby Wadman. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Let's go, baby. Turn up. Let's get that ball.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Cousins now. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Cousins again. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And now let's look at the quarterback, Matthew Stafford, in our player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Stafford now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has the look of a game that could very well go down to the wire. Just 1 point separating these two clubs at the break. But they're ready for the second half, and we are too. As we'll kick it right back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Cousins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Cousins now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now on 2nd and 13, Cousins. This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
Watch tight end. 3 down, 3 down.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. They held him in check in the 1st half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the 1st half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They run, Cook, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped him in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10, kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Daniil Hunter, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Out of the gun, Stafford. Complete. It's Johnson. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. "51 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Try to fire up that there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
They go play action. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Cousins now from the 50. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and a big turnover there as his guys Lions will get the football back.
Brandon, these cornerbacks had their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get two hands on the football and pick it off.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 20. Now it's Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Stafford now to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Stafford looking downfield for Joe, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing again is Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They run the counter. Johnson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on 3rd. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Amendola's got it, complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They start the drive with Cook, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Working out of the gun, Cousins. That is incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Stafford on 1st down. Throwing deep for Galladay. He's got a man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 34.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Stafford, open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw on film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
So now they operate back from their side of the field here, 2nd and long. Now Stafford. James has got it. Complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
3rd and long, it's Stafford. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check, 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 check.
Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
As diverse as the running game has become in the NFL, there's still a place for the fullback position. And on that play, he gained nice yardage.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And they're going to get the first down here as he's up to the 14. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14.
You don't want it.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Cousins on first down. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danny Shelton, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Agnew now to return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Ready. Get a 20.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is taken in at the 5. It's a big play there for the Lions. 43 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. From the gun, Stafford. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Lions are once again going to retake the lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left them reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you? Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Prater for the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Cousins now to throw on first down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. To throw is Cousins. Wide open receiver complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. They'll throw again. Cousins over the middle, and it's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
They go play action. Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Play action now. Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Read it well, and it's picked. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall, the offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch, and that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
So out now come the Lions. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift. That takeaway, even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
Throwing is Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
Set. 250.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming out.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Here's Johnson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
That's it. That's it. Big hit.
The Lions on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. The shotgun snap for Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Mike, 44. Let's go.
They run it again with Cook. And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Let's see what you got.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And he floats one there, incomplete. Tajay Sharp, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And not what you're looking to do on 3rd and 1, completing the pass, but going backward.
I have zero explanation for that because 3rd and 1, you just figure snap, throw, 1st down, right? Easy play. But end up losing yardage on it. That's hard to account for.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Madison. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison, 26 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Cousins now. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line.
That's right.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2. Try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this fourth quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. It's a pretty simple formula, Charles. A field goal, all you need, that wins you the game.
And the most confident guys going out on the field to direct their teams, they've probably already talked to their kicker before they went out and let him know, don't worry, you've got a chance to be a hero in this one. I'll set you up, you just knock it through the post. His plan, get the team downfield and get them into position. They've gone over it many times in practice. That's how he's going to approach it.
And now on the sideline, everyone stay away from the kicker. The pass complete, this one to Danny Amendola. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. To throw is Stafford. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a 1-point game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They snap it to Stafford. This complete to Jones. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. They'll look to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hawkinson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Lady! 54! Exit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Get him, boy!
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Ready! 180! Everyone's got 4 down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
I know you felt
The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Hey, look, 3.
Back to throw. The catch is made by the tight end, Nauta. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Now Stafford. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So Kirk Cousins in the offense. Down by 7, 24 seconds to go. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's got his man Sharp complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Here we go.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.